Reddit.
The passage of time can be cruel to many people. Basically, everybody that walks this earth will have to deal with Father Time's bullshit every once and again, but I don't think it's fucked with anybody as much as it's fucked with Cyrax. Because as you can see here, we have a jolly young kid just bouncing off the walls of his local rec center or wherever the fuck. And ladies and gentlemen, where we've come from the kid you see in the picture now is just sad. It's just a real tragedy. As you can see on the screen now, over the past 10-something years, Cyrax has morphed into more than just like a goblin. Cyrax has morphed into a hate-filled little man that will not leave his attic, and it's a shame when you look back at that old smiling kid because you wonder, when's the last time this motherfucker even smiled? So I want to look at a video that was posted on the unofficial Cyrax archives a couple days ago. It's from a Cyrax stream that he did on Facebook because he can't do streams anywhere else. He's been kicked off of Twitch. I'm pretty sure his YouTube got taken away again. So he's on Facebook complaining about the trolls, which he said he's not going to do anymore, mind you. And it's just more classic Cyrax shenanigans, classic Cyrax bullshit where he's going to blame everyone else, specifically William Gloryhole, for all of his problems and all of the bad shit that's going on in his life. So let's just jump into this shit and let's see what Cyrax has to say. And I will warn you now, if you ever watched Cyrax content before, there's going to be a lot of F-bombs thrown around and a lot of repetitiveness because Cyrax likes to hammer the same point home over and over and over again. Just to remind people, you know, if I were you, if Cyrax were you, he wouldn't be doing this shit. And we'll be hearing that quite a lot. So I hope you all enjoy the video. Spark one up, grab a drink or something, and enjoy this ride with me, my friends.
What's up, everybody? Now, I know that I wasn't going to be posting about this shit anymore, but this shit I'm about to talk about is...
Let me guess, it's super serious, right?
It's serious.
Of course
Okay?
it is.
William fucking Gloryhole, you piece of fucking shit. I know what the fuck you're planning, motherfucker.
Now, it really would. I've heard a lot of people joke about this, but it really would be one intense drinking game to take a shot, or not a shot because you'd be dead, but take a swig of your beer every single time Cyrax says fuck. I mean, no, I shouldn't be saying that because I curse a lot in these videos. You know, I curse like a drunken sailor. I can't help it. But my God, you know, if I'm saying, you know, fuck this motherfucking fucker, like, if it's getting to that point, you know, you really gotta wash your, you gotta clean your shit up here, Cyrax. It's just a little too much.
Your little fucking video of you supposedly talking to a family member of mine gave away what you're trying to do. You're trying to use the law to rip me away from my fucking family.
Firstly, I mean, if there's any legal way to rip someone away from their family, doing it by the law, doing it by the book seems like the one way you probably should do it. I don't know what the context is here. I assume William Gloryhole, who's another content creator, he makes really good videos on Cyrax. He'll be linked in the description below. He's made videos before fucking with Cyrax. I guess he got in touch with one of Cyrax's family members. Maybe it's just a troll. But to Cyrax, you know, this just proves that he's trying to rip Cyrax away from his family. Because, you know, Cyrax's family needs him, ladies and gentlemen. Cyrax will tell you that 1,000,001 times, that his family relies on him to support them, you know. He made $98 on Twitch a few months ago, and, you know, the trolls took that $98 from him, and now his family's not going to eat all month. You know, it's a damn shame what these trolls do to Cyrax's poor family. You know, Cyrax cares about them so much that he just never leaves his attic to help them. He knows that, you know, by him staying up there, they're just in the best type of, like, situation they can be in, so he's really looking out for his family when you think about it. But yeah, you know, I'm kind of on William Gloryhole's side. Because if you've heard the videos of Cyrax yelling at his family, trying to hit his grandmom and shit, you know, maybe they'd be better off without the dude. You know, your house would be a lot safer without, like, pedos crawling around it. But to be fair, this family's had pedos crawling around it for over, like, 50 years. So I think they're kind of settled in now.
And let me tell you right now, you piece of fucking shit, that's not gonna fucking fly. You need to stay the fuck away from my family, motherfucker, before I come up there and beat your fucking ass.
it's always funny to hear Cyrax like say things about like, don't come at my family, like don't do that. Whereas right now, and I mean right now as I'm speaking, Cyrax is on a stream with Music Biz Marty and Music Biz Marty's girl, and I guess Cyrax is trying to say that, hey, Music Biz Marty and his girl, you guys are gonna have dinner with Marty's parents. Well, Cyrax is gonna make the girlfriend hand the cell phone over to Marty's mom or whoever the fuck, so Cyrax can tell his parents all about Marty's misdeeds and all his trolls that he's done towards Cyrax. So now Cyrax is going after people's family, the one thing that he sat here a week ago and said, don't be doing that shit. I'll link that stream down in the description from Music Biz Marty's channel. Like, I think I've done this twice now, 2 nights in a row. Cyrax has been trying to, just tell Marty that I'm going to get in touch with your parents. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And, Cyrax is really against these things, but it's only if it's happening to him. He'll do it to anyone else and not give a fuck. But then he tells William Glory Hole, why don't you come to my house so I can fight you? Which is what Cyrax always does. Marty's already showed up to Cyrax's house twice. Cyrax cowered in his attic and sent his family out there, doing the tried and true Chris way of, hiding behind his mother's skirt.
And I don't give a fuck if I get put in Facebook jail for this or not. I don't give a fuck.
Another thing that Cyrax always does is says things like that right there. He don't give a fuck if he gets thrown in Facebook jail, which I assume is just them banning his account or whatever. But even if it's not, the point stands that Cyrax does not give a fuck what these accounts and all, what happens to these accounts, but he's got to speak his mind. Even if it's not even if you're saying some really illegal and heinous shit, I gotta speak my mind and tell these people the truth. And that's what's so funny about him always blaming the trolls for taking his shit down, because even if they didn't take it down, it was gonna go down probably a week later. And in most cases, the trolls probably aren't even the ones taking it down. YouTube or Twitch or whoever is looking at this guy going on these insane rants about how people need to get the shit beat out of them and, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. And I don't think after a while they're going to want to sit here and go, yeah, we want to support this guy, this dude too. Let's put his face on the fucking, let's put his face on the home screen. It's just, I don't think he understands that this type of attitude and these type of freakouts and rants, they're never going to fly. But once he always manages to fall back on, and he'll say this in most streams, is that, I know what I said was wrong, but let's be honest, you deserve that shit. And that's all well and good if you feel that way, but the company or the website that you're putting the videos on, they don't need to feel that way too. They can feel like you're an asshole and just kick you off, and that's that.
I'm tired of motherfuckers like you, Glory Hole, bullying me, going after my friends, and going after my family. All for your fucking personal goddamn gain, bro. You need to grow the fuck up and get a goddamn life. Cause you ain't nothing but a punk ass bitch hiding behind a goddamn computer screen with a fucking fake ass name, bro.
That's a really good point, Cyrax. It's a really good point to make while you're sitting behind your computer screen yelling at somebody. He's so fucking dense. This is what I love about lolcows, when Ralph does this a lot, Chris Chan does this a lot. They'll just throw every insult they can think at people, but all of it just applies to them more than anyone else.
When are you gonna grow the fuck up? Cause you ain't shit. Outside of that goddamn screen, you pussy motherfucker, you ain't shit. Outside of the internet, you're a punk ass bitch. Outside of the internet, Glory Hole, you're a nobody. You're a fucking poser, a loser, a bitch, a wannabe tough guy.
Come on. Every one of these things applies to him. Being an internet tough guy, not showing your face, everything he fucking says about this Glory Hole guy is just the exact same shit Cyrax does. And I'm pretty sure all this Glory Hole dude does is makes videos about Cyrax just fucking with him, proving that Cyrax is a weirdo, proving that Cyrax has done a lot of shady shit in his past. But to Cyrax, that doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. All that matters is this guy leaving him alone so he can do his creepy, weird shit in peace. And until people do that, Cyrax feels like he can say whatever he wants about them and claim whatever he wants about them with no proof or nothing. But all that matters is that, all the shit Cyrax says, it's all about them and not about him. And that's how things are gonna work in Cyrax's mind.
Glory Hole, you need to shut your goddamn mouth and leave my family the fuck alone. I know what you're trying to do, motherfucker. You're trying to do to me like you and your little friends did to fucking Chris Chan.
Wait, what? Where's this about to go? I mean, I know Cyrax has mentioned Chris before, but I guess he thinks now... I'm interested. Where's Cyrax going with this one?
You're trying to fuck with my family and get me taken away from my family just like you did to Chris Chan. Now, do I agree with what Chris Chan did? No. But I know that y'all motherfuckers had something to do with it. I know that you and your little friends trolled him into doing what he did, which got him taken away from his family. I know y'all motherfuckers had something to do with it, man. I know what y'all motherfuckers are trying to do, and it ain't gonna work, motherfucker. So I'm telling you right now, step the fuck up. Because if you don't step up, I will come after you with legal force if need be.
So wait, let me get something straight here. Cyrax may be one of these people in my comments always telling me that the trolls forced Chris to do what he did to his mom. He sounds a lot like one of them people right now, but at the same time, I wonder, I guess he really does think that this William Gloryhole guy, like, did this. Like, the way Cyrax makes it sound is like William Gloryhole showed up, fucked Chris's mom himself, and then pinned it on Chris. But he's very, I don't think Cyrax knows much about this. All he heard is another lolcow probably got sent to jail, and Cyrax is just trying to find any reason to defend him. Now, Cyrax does say that he doesn't agree with what Chris Chan did, but then he goes on to say, like, oh, you got him taken away from his family. It's like, well, good, because he's the only family he had left. He was raping him. Listen, like, that's the mindset of Cyrax, you know? It's kind of like that clip last week in the video where they talked about his dad, and they brought up, you know, Cyrax, your dad's talking to 14-year-old kids. Cyrax is like, you let my father live his fucking life and don't get involved. It's like, bro, how is that your response to that? Like, how is that your response to that? But, yeah, it's just funny to me to see Cyrax trying to bring Chris's whole shit into it. But like with most things, obviously this guy, Glory Hole, had nothing to do with this whole situation, but like, you know, with most things, Cyrax will say, hey, think of something random and put the people he doesn't like in that position and blame them for it. But it is funny to think about this Glory Hole dude, like, sitting there with Chris, telling him, like, you know, you should go do that over there, Chris, you should really go do that. She's pretty vulnerable.
And if legal force don't work, well, guess fucking what? I'll find your fucking address, I'll come up there and I'll beat your fucking ass within an inch of your life like your mommy and daddy should have fucking done to you.
It's obvious that Cyrax had a fucked up childhood just because of, I mean, listen to him, shit. You know, like mommy and daddy should have done. They should have beat the shit out of you. Like, it's always, but I mean, he says that for everything. He's like, most of the time you'll hear Cyrax say, like, why don't you go suck daddy's dick or some shit like that. It's always about mom and dads and all. That's why I think him and Chris have a lot more in common than most people think. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, like if he's always had something like that, like, oh, your mom and dad should have beat the shit out of you. What do you think happened to him as a kid?
You need to grow the fuck up, little boy. You're a pussy outside of YouTube. You're a pussy outside of your little fucking screen name. You're a fucking punk ass little bitch. And I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers like you coming up on my shit trying to fuck with me. I'm not about to sit here and let you fuck with my family the way you fucked with my friends. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
You know, I've said it before on this channel that I love a good dumpster fire. I can watch this shit all day long, but I genuinely do understand the people who say that they don't understand Cyrax. They don't get the appeal behind him. They don't find him funny, because all it is the same guy saying the same things over and over again with different forms of curse words each time that he says those things, you know? Cyrax isn't saying anything new. He's not bringing up any, like, important points. He's just kind of yelling at people, and that's all he ever does. He'll say the same shit, just tell people to, you know, you stop, or I'll beat the shit out of you, you stop, or I'll do this. Always thinks he has the upper hand. But, you know, to me, I could watch this shit all day, but I really do understand the people who are just like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's just going on and on and on. This is ridiculous.
So, Gloryhole, I hope you do post this. I hope you do share this around. Because I want you and all your little friends to know I ain't fucking around anymore, boy.
Cyrax has claimed to not be fucking around anymore for quite a long time, like a very long time, years now. And it's quite clear that he'll remain fucking around for years and years to come.
I ain't fucking around. I'm not about to sit here and let you try to rip me away from my goddamn family. Fuck you. You don't fucking know me like you think you do, boy. You think you know me, but you don't know shit. You don't know what the fuck my life has been like. You don't know what the fuck I came from. You don't know how the fuck I grew up. Hey Nolan, fuck you.
It's so funny to me. Like, you see his eyes go down to the chat room, maybe like the one or two people in his Facebook chat room, and he always has enemies everywhere. So it's just like, while he's going on his William Glory hole tangent, it's like, hey, other guy, fuck you too. Like, he hates everybody, just because mostly everyone fucks with them, because, you know, you hear someone's a pedophile, you're gonna fuck with them. And yeah, that's just the way shit goes for Cyrax. But, you know, I'm losing track here. I'm losing like my train of thought of what he's saying. It's confusing anyway. It's the same old bullshit. You know, you don't really got to follow along too much. But it's really because I'm just kind of staring at the fucking scabs on his head. It's just terrifying, ladies and gentlemen. It's like I said, I don't know what to describe it. It's kind of like one of those old gumballs you would get. Like, not like a yellow one or a red one, like a shiny gumball. It was one of those gumballs that was like white and it had little red or blue like dots on it, or like I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like Cyrax's fucking head.
Like I told you, Glory Hole, you need to shut the fuck up before you do this shit to the wrong person, and they don't think twice about beating your goddamn ass.
See, but where Cyrax is like mistaken there is that, you know, he always talks about you're gonna do this to the wrong person. Cyrax is the right person, you know? Even look at my channel. A lot of people like to do this. You know, you only kind of make videos and kind of clown on people who are pieces of shit. You know, Chris did what he did. You know, DSP is just a money hungry piece of shit. Cyrax though is a full on. Cyrax is a strange cat. And I really think that, you know, people like this, these are the type of people you can clown on, and you don't really got to worry about shit, because all they're going to do is sit there on their computer screen and yell about you, and that's going to be that, you know. We've seen what happens when people go to Cyrax's house. We don't got to get into this again, but it's so funny. Like I said, you talk a huge, massive game, and you can't back a goddamn thing up, and that's kind of the story of Cyrax, but it's kind of the story with every person we cover on this channel.
Just watch. One of these days you're gonna do this shit to the wrong motherfucker, and they're gonna fuck you up for it. And that ain't a threat. That's honest truth. That's on God. That's on God. That you run your mouth to the wrong motherfucker, they will not think twice about beating your goddamn ass. They will not think twice about beating your scrawny fucking ass for the shit you do.
Him calling anyone scrawny is hilarious, but it's another time where, like, Cyrax does not look at the fact, like, Cyrax, what about the shit you say to people? You don't think one day you're gonna piss someone off with all the fucking bullshit you do? You trying to go after people's families just for, like, minor bullshit? Cyrax, like, it's just, he really doesn't understand shit. But, you know, like I said, it's the same thing he's gone through. People actually have shown up to Cyrax's house, and what does he do? He runs and hides, so he's gonna try to act like now everyone else runs and hides.
You need to shut the fuck up, Glory bitch. You think you're a tough guy hiding behind your little screen name and your fucking bullshit? You ain't shit outside of that. Let's see how tough you are outside of social media, kid. Let's see how tough you really are outside of social media. Matter of fact, why don't you bring your little punk ass down here? And let's see how big you are then, kid.
See, he really needs to take his own advice, and he won't. It's obvious that he won't. But Cyrax will sit here and talk about how, you know, you need to watch what you say before someone really takes offense and beats the shit out of you, this, that, the third. Cyrax needs to watch inviting people to his fucking house, because not everyone's Music Biz Marty who's going to sit there and just go like, alright, if you want to come out here and fight with me, we'll fight. Like, if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, motherfucker's just going to dive through your window. Like, so Cyrax, stop inviting people to your house for fights, like, because he's never gonna back it up. He's never gonna be serious about it. But like, take the advice you're giving all your trolls. One of these days, you're gonna do this to someone who's like a fucking lunatic, and they're not like just don't. Just don't invite people to your house ever for any reason, especially not to fucking fight you, and especially not when you plan on not even fighting them when they show up. But, you know, in Cyrax's mind, all he sees is people are going to show up, he's going to walk out there in slow motion, just drop a motherfucker. Blood on the snow, it's just going to be a cold day in Akron for whoever decides to show up and confront Cyrax.
Let's see how tough you are then, motherfucker. Bring your ass outside of social media. Take your ass out of YouTube. Show the fuck up here to my house in real life. Let's see how fucking big you are then. You ain't so tough. You ain't so tough, dude.
Well, if there's one thing we can learn from this video, it's that you need to stay hydrated during your fits of rage and screaming and bitching at people you've never met online before. Just you know, Cyrax, we're learning a little bit here, because Cyrax is sure to rehydrate and now get back to the screaming.
You're always talking about how you're so fucking tough. Well, why don't you show your ass up here to my house and show me how fucking big you are?
All this William Gloryhole guy has to do is show up at Cyrax's house and prove that he's above 5'3", and then he's legally, he's by the definition bigger than Cyrax.
Why don't you do that? Instead of hiding behind your fucking screen then like a little bitch, why don't you show the fuck up to my house and show me how fucking tough you really supposedly are? Cause we all know that you ain't shit outside of that goddamn screen name, little boy. You're a pussy, a poser, a fake ass bitch looking for clout.
You gotta always appreciate when a lolcow acts like they're big enough to be like, you know, you're just trying to get clout off of me. You know, no, Cyrax, people just want to fucking laugh at you because of the antics that you do here. Like, for fuck's sake, we have an hour-long stream here. It's one of many hour-long streams we have of Cyrax bitching and moaning for an hour about this dumb shit. And, you know, no one's gonna talk about this for clout. We're gonna talk about this to laugh about it. And that's exactly what I think William Gloryhole is doing with his videos. He's not doing it to be, like, the #1 source of Cyrax content, whatever the fuck. The dude's just doing it for a laugh.
I'm the motherfucker over here minding my own goddamn business. Who the fuck are you? Nobody.
Yeah, that's right. Who the fuck are you? Cyrax is over here minding his own business, making an hour-long live stream unprovoked to yell about some random guy. But he's minding his own business and all that, guys. Like, he doesn't care about the trolls, obviously.
I'm over here minding my own business. Working with my friends. Hanging out with my family. Hanging out with my friends. Working on my fucking music. Working on my artwork. Minding my own goddamn business, dude. Who the fuck do you think you are? Pussy ass motherfucker.
Imagine being Cyrax's friends or family, you know, working on some music with them, being like, hey, you know, I made this good song, Cyrax. I think you should really, and before you can even tell him about it, he's already copied the whole thing behind your back and is singing it out loud. Because Cyrax has never made his own music, he only steals shit.
So go ahead. Keep running your fucking mouth. Watch how fast you get your goddamn ass beat by the person you run your mouth to next time. And it ain't gonna be me.
Well, no shit, it's not going to be you, Cyrax. I mean, come on, like, all jokes aside, I think Cyrax is physically incapable of kicking anyone's ass. You know, he'd throw a punch, his arm would snap.
Like I said, you think this is a threat. It's not a threat, Glorio. I'm telling you facts, bro. I'm spitting straight facts right now, dude. You run your mouth to the wrong motherfucker. You do this shit to the wrong guy, they are not gonna think twice about beating your goddamn ass. Do you think I'm playing? Try me. Watch what happens, motherfucker.
If you guys want to know what happens, I've brought it up like 10 times already in this video, but it'll be linked in the description below. It's the Dust Smoking Hippies video about Music Biz Marty going to Cyrax's house. So that's what happens if anyone shows up at Cyrax's house. You know, he just doesn't come out, and no one gets their ass beat. Cyrax just gets his feelings hurt a little bit.
Watch how quick you get your goddamn ass beat. And you know what's funny about that? When you do get your ass beat, I won't feel sorry for you. If anything, I'm gonna be that motherfucker sitting there filming the shit, laughing in your fucking face, and posting that shit. And be like, haha, look at this motherfucker. This punk ass bully on YouTube just got his ass beat. Or no, I'm gonna title the video, Bully Gets Ass Beat by Victim.
Cyrax is trying and failing to, like, not make threats saying, like, you know, I'm not gonna beat your ass, but somebody is and all this shit. But deep down, he knows that, like, that's the only way he'd ever get payback on these people. If he found some, like, fucking giant that would just show up, put Cyrax on his shoulder, and go around kicking all the trolls' asses while Cyrax recorded it and then put it on World Star. You know, that's Cyrax's dream here. But it's so funny to me. He's like, it's not a threat. It's not a threat. But if you did get your ass beat, I'd clearly just record it and not help you at all and enjoy every second about it and be laughing in your face as it happens. But it's not a threat. It's not a threat. But if it did happen...
Because that's what you deserve. You deserve an ass beating, dude. You don't fuck around with my family and get away with it. You don't fucking do that shit and get away with it. Not in my family, bro. We don't fuck around.
Oh, I'm sure they do fuck around. It looks a lot like they fuck around within the family. I'm not surprised why Cyrax probably looks the way he does. That's too harsh.
We don't fucking play. When you fuck with one of my family members, you fuck with all of us, okay? So don't think for 1 minute that I ain't gonna find out where you.
All right. Stop. We're gonna stop it there because, like, Cyrax, for you to keep saying, you know, nothing's a threat and that everyone else is the problem and all that, and then you just jump to, yeah, and by the way, I'm gonna find where you fucking live. Like, it's just, you can tell he has the worst intentions. Cyrax is not here trying to clear his name. He's not here trying to, you know, he's not here trying to do anything of note. He's just trying to sit here and yell at all the people who've exposed him for being a fucking creep and a fucking weirdo. And he's acting like he's in some form of, like, superiority or some... He's up on this hill where nobody can touch him and he can say all this shit and just not be questioned about it. And that's the classic Cyrax tried and true form. So at the beginning of this video, we talked about how the passage of time can be cruel and what it will do to a person. And over the past few years, Cyrax has just become a monster. And, you know, there's videos going back through years and years and years of him acting this fucking way, and at the same time, it clearly gets worse with each passing day. And now Cyrax is here streaming from Facebook to like 2 or 3 people, and he's basically just screaming at his wall now. Instead of jumping off the walls, being recorded by a family friend and showing a big smile, now you're just screaming at it. And it's a shame. It's a shame. You know, you can't blame the fucking trolls. You really can't. These people do this shit to themselves, and then the trolls end up coming along after that. That's just the story of Cyrax. You know, there's a lot more to this clip. Like, I'm pretty sure in a few minutes of this, he went on to talk about how, like, IP2 is the problem. Like, let me pull that up.
I'm not stupid. You and Masshole and all your little friends are the remnants of what's left of that pussy-ass fucking troll group, Ice Poseidon, or also known as IP2 Network. I know what community you hail from, motherfucker. I'm not stupid. I've done my research on you. I know what community you come from. And no, I'm not saying the hard R. It's with an A. So don't sit there and say I'm racist, you punk ass.
What a way to end What a way to end this. Um, so he starts out by saying, yeah, that pussy-ass Ice Poseidon trolling community. I don't think he knows anything about the IRL streaming and all that shit. Probably, I'd love to see Cyrax on an RV, but I highly doubt we'll ever get that. But yeah, it's just funny to see him blaming. Maybe that is where William Gloryhole came from. I don't know. But you can tell, like, Cyrax does not like the IP2 community, because I guess they, I don't know, I guess they fucked with him a little bit. And at the end there, Cyrax just makes one final declaration that he is not racist. And, it's good to know. It's good to know. You can probably click on any fucking YouTube video, any video with Cyrax in it, and find him saying some pretty racist stuff, but, that's besides the point. We're just going to take Cyrax's word for everything. But that's the end of the video here, ladies and gentlemen. What we learned here is that Cyrax absolutely hates his trolls. He hates this William Gloryhole guy, and he'll sit here and just tell this guy over and over why he sucks. But I don't think he sucks. Like I said, his channel's down in the description below. Go drop him a subscription, just anything to make Cyrax mad. Why not? I want to give a shout out to Sky, Vanessa, Mick Surly, Krabby, your mom, Echo Spectre, Scaly Schism, Liz Vendor, Worman Bjornson, Club Doom, Cody Hale, the Ghostbusters fan, Akiba's Beat fan, the Night Owl, Kaitan, Churlish, and our old friend Fiendland's Party Place. You guys are fucking goats. Everyone who's made it to the end here, you're a goat as well. Cyrax's ramblings are hard to get through, but I hope you guys found some enjoyment in it. And, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to keep covering Cyrax, obviously. Sometimes it's hard to find good Cyrax content, but I think we found some shit. So, at the end of the day, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. It is now, It's Tuesday. A few more days go until the weekend, but it'll be here before you know it, my friends. So kick back, relax, have a nice rest of your day, and stay safe, my friends. I'll catch you on the next one.